gives it to the back on the draw. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Seminoles want to move quickly. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
Takes the handoff. It's Chambers. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. Inside the 35. Space, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Noles!
Talking to the coaching staff coming into this game, they said explosive plays are going to be big for us. When we get our opportunities, you got to be able to hit on them, and you saw one right there. That time, doing it on the ground on the opening drive of the game. That just shows you this offense, they are locked in and in tune and on the same page early.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Yellow Jackets offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A strike downfield. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Well, what's the point in waiting? Why not get one of your best players involved in the game right off the bat? They take a shot, their big target outside, shows off his athletic ability, and right away this offense is humming.
They'll send the back in motion. He's got it on the right. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Pocket breaking down. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Linebackers are so fast nowadays, so multiple. They can do so many different things. Not only do they play the run, but if I need you to go get a sack, I can just send you. Send one of those fast linebackers that can rush the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. And the Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Looking for a gap. It's Chambers. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They give it to him again. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Dropping back, it's Berry. Throwing right. Makes the catch. It's Kane. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the 1st down. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Yeah, finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
Give to the back. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a 1st down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
Sends it back in motion. Looking for room. It's Chambers. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the score.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. The give to the left side. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And we've come to the end of 1, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. Bunch formation for these receivers. It's reverse. Oh, that did not go as planned, except for the defense. They were right there to make the big stop. Those last 2 running plays went nowhere. At this point, you wonder if you just run it again, punt, and regroup. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He wants to change this route. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. To the air, it's Berry. Catch in the middle, it's Quinn. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Moving away from pressure. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And here they come going for the 1st down on 4th and 2. Tries to get it on the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Seminoles. He'll try to tack on one more.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Florida State, 14, Georgia Tech, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
And this 4 vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
Dumps it to the back. It's complete to the left. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that 1st down. Gets the back moving. The give to the back. They use the sideline and get him out of bounds right at the 9. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Just drives it between the uprights. It's our forced to settle for the field goal.
Guys, Virginia and North Carolina first met in 1892. It's why they call it the South's oldest rivalry, and we've got the latest. North Carolina ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those Carolina blue unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wide receiver going in motion. Handoff to the single back. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
With the catch, it's King. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. Back to pass, it's Sperry. Here's a heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Seminoles will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. The Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Sperry. Pressure coming. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. The Noles will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Throws to the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
And the Yellow Jackets are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Yellow Jackets will punt it away on 4th down. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. He might want another play. To throw, it's Sperry. Might be looking to run. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure. Off play action. Here comes the heat. It's a fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Man, it's so hard to keep a rabbit in the cage, that quarterback, right? He's going to scramble around, he's going to make plays, and when he gets outside the pocket, you're just trying to get a hand on him. How about getting a hand on him, forcing the fumble, and recovering? A great job by the defense continuing to chase that QB.
Looking downfield on 1st down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. And they'll get to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Already proven reliable. Once he'll try a 2nd field goal, this one a 37-yarder. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Absolutely perfect. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Back to throw, it's Sperry. Got it set up on the outside. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Atlanta. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the flats at Bobby Dodd Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Fires to the big fella. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. And the Yellow Jackets with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Hit as he throws. Got his man in the middle. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. This drive's been productive so far. Already picked up a couple of first downs, now out close to midfield. Looking to throw on first down. They're working that left side. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Yellow Jackets with the 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Yellow Jackets trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'd be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
And they'll try it again after getting nothing on 2nd down. It's 3rd and goal from the 3. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
I like the decision by the quarterback there because it's 3rd and short. You're in field goal range. Can't take a sack and knock yourself out of that field goal range. And you certainly don't want to force the football into traffic, risking an interception. Throw it away. Now you can kick the field goal if you want to.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Come on. To the air, it's Berry. He's going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And this offense is just, they've struggled to get in a rhythm. And I like they take a shot down the field, but interested to see how they can maybe get some easy completions for this quarterback and get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
3rd down conversions, always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Seminoles send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll go to the ground. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Yellow Jackets can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. Grabbed over the middle. It's Phillips. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
From the gun, Give on the inside. Got the first down and more. He's brought down the one of play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Looking to throw on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets line it up with a first and goal. Trying to punch it in. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Trying to pound their way in. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football track.
Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's third and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. He'll try to find a rhythm here. Looking to pass. It's Sperry. Just a little off. Incomplete. Quarterbacks work so hard on those mechanics, but sometimes things start moving fast and they get away from it.
But it does, and when you get on that back foot, a lot of times that ball's going to drift, and you're not coming through the target, so you're not putting enough mustard on it to get it to finish through your target and the ball to get there in a hurry. So all those mechanics are things you work on, but you're right. When you put a defense in front of you, it kind of changes that thing a little bit.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Seminoles really need to keep this drive alive on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it.
Yeah, and 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man in the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Noles are moving quickly down the field. They'll go back to the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Sperry. There's the pressure. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Seminoles will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Lets it fly. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Going right to work up top. Got his man quickly. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking to throw. Under fire. He's going to run it. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Offense facing 4th down. Number 18 on to punt it away.
Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw it, Sperry. And wings it incomplete.
Well, missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback adapted. That pass not close as he got twirled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Seminoles line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. On the run, it's Chambers. Runs through the tackle.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Little touch pass to the receiver. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Looking downfield, it's Sperry. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Tight end now in motion. They'll run play action. Bring in the heat. Escapes the sack. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big 3rd down. The snap sets up to throw. That's caught. It's Quinn. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. The Noles will send out the punt unit. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Oh, he's got a chance. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Out of the gun, the inside give. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
And the Yellow Jackets can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. The Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Grab near the sticks. It's King. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Scanning the field, it's Sperry. The short hands, it's Quinn. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
To the air on 1st down. Looking to scramble. He'll turning it on. He'll go out of bounds, and he steps out right at the 8-yard line, and this offense is in business.
Well, you're trailing here in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're going to hurry up. Really nice job of awareness by the quarterback that time. Nothing open. You got to scramble. You got to go get the 1st down, yes, but also getting out of bounds to try and preserve as many seconds as you can on the clock.
From the gun. Looking to get it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Into the end zone. Fires and picked off. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big... Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold on.